friends, in today's career and money video theme, I'll share a bunch of ideas that will save you money. 20 of those ideas are in this video, 25 more are available exclusively for my beloved email subscribers. If you are not getting my weekly email but would like to, you can sign up right now and get access to all the private content that's been sent so far. So that includes the 25 money saving tips that were emailed this morning. Please connect with me on social media and don't forget to enter in the giveaways happening right now because there's only 1 week left. I am giving away a lot of really good quality beauty products, a GoPro Hero. Anyway, the link to the giveaway video is below if you want to be a part of that. I wish you lots of good luck and I hope you'll enter to win. Okay, so everyone knows that it's smart to save money. Many of us have difficulty doing it, however, so here are my 20 tips. Number 1, always overestimate your expenses. This is something that I do consistently. So if a bill is around 120, I estimate and plan as if it would be 130. And when I have money left over, I stash that money away. Never overestimate the income though. If nothing else, you should underestimate it. So underestimate the income, but overestimate the expenses. Number 2, know your budgets. I've personally created an Excel spreadsheet that outlines all of my bills and expenses, how much they amount to, and when they're due. When I take a look at that, I also know how much money I have to work with every month. Many of us spend out of ignorance because we don't know exactly how much we have available to use. Number 3, on a piece of cardboard or a large board, create a debt tracking bar. On one end, you have the amount of debt you currently have, so that's your starting point. And on the other end, you have 0, aka being debt-free. This is a great visual reminder of why you want to save money, and it will serve as an incentive to make smarter money choices on a consistent basis. Each time you pay down a little bit of your debt with money that you've saved, you can fill in closer to that 0. Number 4, instead of spending it, save your loose change. I typically end up with about $300 in loose coins at the end of the year. You have to make sure that you don't get to the money before year end though. One of my girlfriends uses a piggy bank that she glues shut so she's not tempted to open it and get to that money. That is one option. An alternative would be to deposit that money into the bank at the end of every week. Number 5, a trick that I do whenever I pay in cash is every time I get a $5 bill back, I stash it away. Ones are a little harder because you kind of need that change, so I found that $5 bills work best. You can adapt this idea to fit your lifestyle and your country's currency, but I promise that you will see results. Number 6, keep track of your spending. I personally use an app called Social Finance, and I believe I mentioned it in one of my January videos, but I'll link it again for you below. In a nutshell, every time I buy something, I log it into the app. We can make weekly small purchases that we think are insignificant, but then they add up, and at the end of the month, we wonder where our money went. With this app, I can also add the budget that I have a month for spending. So after every purchase, I can see exactly how much money I have left for the rest of the month, so there is absolutely no margin for error. You can use finance apps, keep your receipts, or use notebooks for handwritten logs. Whatever works for you, just do something to track your spending. You may be surprised to find out how much money you spend on purchases that are not necessary, plus you'll avoid buying things you don't need, and that money that you save on unnecessary purchases can go toward your savings. Sorry. Number 7, if you want to buy something, take the price of that item and compare it to how much money you get paid an hour. So if you make, let's say, $15 an hour and you want to buy shoes that are $100, ask yourself if that purchase is worth almost 7 hours of work. That purchase may or may not be worth it, but if you do that every time, with every purchase impulse, you will develop financially conscious habits that will help keep spending in perspective. Number 8, success comes in the form of short-term savings goals. In other words, you'll be far more successful focusing on saving $20 a week as opposed to $1,080 at the end of the year. I think that you can even feel the difference between the two. Your success rate will be much higher if you approach savings in smaller increments. Tip number 9, bring lunch to work. If buying lunch costs $7 but making lunch at home costs $3, then if you bring lunch a couple of times a week in a year, you could save over $500 from just saving lunch money. Number 10, Eat out fewer times each month. Same concept. If it costs you $25 to eat out but only $5 to eat in, the $20 you save each time you stay in per month will yield hundreds in savings by the end of the year, and that's just from staying in a couple of times a month that you would normally go out. You have to make sure that you stash that money right away though, so you don't end up spending it on something else that you don't need. Number 11, another budgeting idea is to only bring cash with you at the restaurant. Now this is a gutsy move, but if you want to see savings, you have to be aggressive. Know exactly how much cash you have, factor in the taxes plus the tip, and then order accordingly. I think that is a great idea because it's easy to get carried away at restaurants and order extra drinks and stuff, so this keeps us in check. Also, you can invite friends over instead of going out, and you will save money every time you do that. Plus, you can have a ton of fun. You can have a cookout together, you can do a potluck at the house, listen to music, play some games. There's so much fun you can have with it while saving money. Now, if you hang out with friends that typically piss money away, I recommend not only formulating a list of pre-thought out excuses as to why you can't go out, but also rethinking your circle of friends. Number 12, keep up to speed with the community events. Most towns and cities will have online event calendars for upcoming events in the area. Keeping an eye out on that calendar could help you enjoy free and discounted events as opposed to paying full price for them. Number 13, okay, don't laugh, but another thing I used to do when I was single and I was going out a lot was I used to occasionally bring with me a little mini flask. Listen, some places charge like $20 a drink, so I would pay for a club soda and then spike it myself. Disclaimer please, never ever drink and drive. Never. Number 14, when shopping for food, always go with a list of things that you need and stick to it. Going in without a scope leads to unnecessary spending, and typically people with shopping lists will spend less money than those who go out without one. Now multiply that by the amount of times you go grocery shopping in 1 month, and you will see significant savings each year that could be in the hundreds. Number 15, ask your physician to consider prescribing generic drugs. So I've worked in the healthcare industry a while back, and I've learned that as long as the active ingredients are the same in the pharmacy brand as opposed to the big brand medications, the only significant difference really is the price you pay for marketing. Typically, store brand medications can cost anywhere between 20 to 40% less than the brand, so that can result in hundreds saved, and they do the same exact thing for you. It's also important to find the most affordable place to purchase prescription drugs as well. So check out not only your local pharmacy, but supermarkets, discount centers, and mail order pharmacies as well. Here in the US, Costco and Walmart are great options. Number 16, keep your car engine tuned and the tires at the proper tire pressure. Doing these two things will save you money in gas. Keeping the air filter clean in the car can also improve gas mileage by as much as 10%. To help you out, I linked an article to Good Housekeeping. It's below with more tips on how you can save money on gas. Number 17, turn off the lights and TV when you are not around, but be aware of vampire electronics that consume power even when turned off. So if you're leaving the house for a couple of days, unplug stuff or use smart power strips that cut electricity to devices in standby mode. Number 18, borrow books instead of purchasing them. In the email I sent out the morning of this video launch, I shared a service I found for swapping books, DVDs, and music, and that's one great alternative to buying. You can also read some of those magazines at your local libraries and bookstores like Barnes & Noble too, so you don't have to buy them every single time. Now, if you are a consistent magazine reader like me, sometimes something as simple as this can save you hundreds of dollars per year. Number 19, take advantage of YouTube for free exercise classes. YogaYak.com also offers free online yoga classes. Nike Training Club is an app that offers more than 100 different workouts created by their master trainers, and so on. You see, things like that can help you save money on gym memberships. All these resources, by the way, I've linked below to make it as easy as possible for you to find them. Number 20, plan gift giving in advance. So that gives you time to not only think of thoughtful gift ideas, but also time to look for sales. Typically, right after a holiday is the best time to discount shop. For themed gifts, you you can totally get them a year in advance. I do that. Okay, so for example, you can get next year's Mother's Day gifts, cards, and wrapping paper after this year's Mother's Day. I know that might seem a little silly, but trust me, when you do that throughout the year with all the holidays, the savings will be quite significant. It's also not a bad idea to do some of your own DIY gifts. I love that, and I have a Pinterest board with some ideas if you want to check it out. It's linked below. And another thing is you can also give the gift of service instead of an actual item. So for example, if you give a friend the gift of babysitting or pet sitting for one night or weekend, sometimes a gift like that will be much more needed, practical, and appreciated than any one thing you could get. 25 more amazing tips are available exclusively for my email subscribers. Please join our family and get access to all the previous content, plus future content that will only be available for my email family. Take advantage of the giveaways happening right now. Please be kind and give this video a thumbs up if it brought you value. Dare I say, share it with your network of friends, and stay tuned for next week's personal growth video. If you have any topic ideas or feedback of any sorts for me, I pretty much live online, so all the links to get to me are below. I love you for watching. Good luck and all the best to you today and every day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Kisses.